Jerry, it goes without saying, a frustrating start. It looked to be certain to be petering out into the draw before that late drama.
Yeah, we didn't want to settle for the draw, and we wanted to win the game like any game. But they certainly set out to take the point. That was for sure, with the substitution, their changes, and their shape. Yeah, I thought the game is a strange game really in some respects. I thought we started ever so well. Obviously, we come out the blocks for 15 minutes. Looked like a Bath City team. I thought passed the ball well, got in between the lines. The goal was evident because of that. I thought Joe stepped in really well and ended up with Manny and a good strike to score. So at that point, I'm thinking, right, come on, let's go, let's take it and be on the ascendancy. It was a funny feeling. The ground went quiet, the crowd went quiet, we went quiet, and it seemed to go into almost like a stalemate a little bit. And the only way they were going to uncut us, I thought, and score was how they did, through a set piece or through two set pieces in the end. And we conceded far too many corners and free kicks. I thought the free kick that Ross gave away leading into the corner was silly and wasn't needed. And then they've scored in the middle of the goal. I think there's a pull on Riggy's shirt. Just cleared him out of the way. I was chatting to someone then. So, you know, they've done a job on us there. And in the second half, I thought we became a team that wasn't like a Bath City team. I thought we were too direct. Just because we got Brunty, I don't see why we're going up to the front so early. We didn't trust the first pass. And it was almost unrecognisable as a team that I know and the one that we can play like. So it was ever so strange, ever so frustrating. And in the end, I guess, I don't know, nothing between the two teams and two penalty decisions, which were penalties. Maybe the first one I'm a bit unsure. I've asked the ref. He said that Robbie deliberately put his hand on the ball, which I find difficult. If it was a push, then I understand it. But we got ourselves in that situation through poor defending anyway. So, yeah, I'm really frustrated with that because it certainly, before the game and it 1-0, I thought we'd go on and win it.
Was it the fact going direct, perhaps Dartford not giving you any time on the ball, or do you think it was your own players not making use of the space they did have? I can see you urging some of your players forward, but perhaps sometimes not the best with their delivery.
I think twofold in that. I thought they pressed us really well when they did. They stopped James getting on the ball, and it's the least I've seen James trying to influence the game, and it's not through his own fault. They did a job on him, and I thought then it was us not being brave enough. I don't think our centre back split enough to get on the ball. We didn't trust the first pass into a midfielder, and then in front of that there wasn't enough movement as well. So it stayed very rigid, like a 4-3-3, and that, as I said, that's not what we've worked on. It's not what we are, and it's disappointing. But the good thing is we're going to Tuesday now, and it turned into a game which was, I thought, a very typical Vanarama South game. It was going to be won on a set piece, and again, that's not us. We like to create chances in open play, and we didn't do enough of that. Although I thought Watto should have scored when the ball was pulled back to him, poor contact on it. After Manny did ever so well, and I thought Manny could have scored as well first half after his first one. So other than that, it was a little bit bitty.
Adam Mann was one of 5 debutants this afternoon. How do you think all your new men fared?
They did fine. We know what they are. I just didn't see them enough in the game because we didn't play to those strengths. You know, the reason I put Sean Rigg and Adam Mann in those positions is because they're good at receiving the ball in between lines, and we didn't get it to them. The reason why Ross Stern and Watto play it there because they're good at coming off a shape and doing bits in 1v1. We didn't get it to them enough. Ryan Brunt was isolated a lot, and I said to Joe, I thought Joe had a really good game at right back actually. I thought he could come out a bit more and create some more overloads down the wide right, because their striker, the 9, didn't want to go back the other way. But all in all, I thought yeah, it was a bit bitty from us. The joy is it's start of the season, I guess, first game. I don't want to get off to a start like this at home, of course not. They're a bit of a bogey team from us. I read that before the game, shouldn't have. But yeah, a game which was nothing in it, they've ended up nicking it. So I've got to take it on the chin. I will, the players will, and we'll reflect on it and we'll be ready for Tuesday.
It's been the toughest team selection you've ever had since you've been at the club?
Definitely, yeah. Well, it is. Of course it is, because we brought in quality. So, you know, every game I'm going to treat different. I'm going to pick a team which I think is good enough to go and beat the team in front of us. And I mean that. I want to win every game. I'm not going to go to Torquay to try and draw a game or anything like that. We want to try and win. I know they've drawn away at Chelmsford. They'll be organised, they'll be big, strong, but we're a good side. And one performance, or one second half performance, ain't going to change my views on the players or on us.
Yeah. Any more?
Trip to Torquay on Tuesday. A nice quick opportunity to put a frustrating afternoon behind you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, there's no training session. It's straight into a game on Tuesday, of course. And yeah, what a great place to go. Torquay, lovely place, isn't it? Nice down there. The pitch would be great. Suit us actually. The pitch. I've been down this pre-season already, and be a tough challenge. They'll be a good side, strong side. They've got they've got a big squad there in height and in numbers, and yeah, we'll be ready for the challenge. As long as all I want to do is there's a way to lose a game, and I don't like losing a game when you're not looking like a Bath City team. And for probably an hour we didn't look like a Bath City team. 30 minutes we did, for an hour we didn't, and that's a disappointment. But the good thing is we'll amend it and get it right.
Disappointing day at the office. Jerry Gill said at times it didn't really look like a Bath City side. Is that something you can agree with?
Yeah, especially second half. I think first half we played, the way we have been the last sort of season or so. We played some good football and got the ball moving well. Obviously got the first goal, and then we second half we definitely went long ball and sort of got sucked into their style of play, and they were better at it than us ultimately.
And what did you make of your new arrivals alongside you? You've now featured in, I think, 6 opening games in a row. So what was it like to have a flurry of new players alongside you this time? Yeah,
every season there's always 5 or 6 new faces, and it does take a couple of games, 3 or 4 probably, for everyone to blend in. Obviously we've had the pre-season friendlies, but it's completely different now. First game of the season on Saturday. It's fast, ferocious. It's anyone's game really. As we've seen the last few seasons, we've lost to poorer sides than us. Dartford were obviously a strong side today, but I don't think they're as good as last year, and it's a disappointment for us.
It perhaps take you by surprise how sort of, and Jerry said as well, they were very quick, they pressed you very quickly. It's a bit different to pre-season friendlies when you've had a lot more time on the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. Weymouth was probably the closest test we've had to this, and probably for a few of the boys that have stepped up, it was probably a bit different for them, but they were brilliant. Adam Mann was superb. I thought Joe Rains had a great game at fullback. He looks a really good addition, and we will get stronger. It's just a disappointment today. We've conceded the penalty in the last couple of minutes.
Well, as a personal perspective, it feels like the strongest group of players, sort of 17 of them or so, and anybody could get a start. So it must feel sort of for yourself a great honour that you can still get in the starting 11 with the likes of the other players on the bench. Yeah,
there's everyone's place is up for grabs now. There's quality in every position, and if you have a bad game, you're going to be out. So you look at the quality on the bench. Millsy's come on, he scored 30 odd goals last season. Matty Richards played hundreds of league games. Frank, is on the bench. So there's a lot of quality, and there's a lot of good players there that can step in and make a difference. And that will be really, really important as the season goes on.
And a chance to bounce back on Tuesday against one of your former managers down at Torquay.
Yeah, big game. It's a lot different if we win the next game and win again at home here on Saturday. 6 points from a possible 9 would be a good start ultimately. So we have to bounce back, and that's a good thing. Now we get a game instead of training. We can hopefully get 3 more points on the board.
Got any more?
Dartford, as we know, are one of the sort of better tipped teams to do well in the league. From what you've seen today, does that show there's nothing to fear from anyone else?
If that's the best there is in the league, I don't think we've got anything to fear. I think they've lost a couple. They've lost their best striker. The other lad's obviously broke his leg, so they're a player or 2 down. It'll be interesting to see where they finish up. If they're up around it, then we will be as well. Just looking at some of the results today, Billericay have gone and won 4-0 at Truro, so that's puts them with a good start. And Concord have won. I see they've made a few signings, so I think the league will be a lot stronger this year and a lot tougher, and hopefully we're at the right end.
Nice for you to have a bit of a short trip for Tuesday night coming up. I take you going from home?
Yeah, straight from home. So obviously Torquay twice this year for Torquay and Truro, so it's just an hour up the road. Got a couple of nicer ones this year, which is always nice.